specifically, I'm going to focus on the Viking Outpost, which has just restarted a few hours ago. So after I gather some resources, I'll head over to our outpost and see what we can do, because I want to try and get as much of a head start as possible. I've been fairly bad the last few weeks at maintaining my outpost, and I've made some notes, so this time I will try and actually come up with the right strategy to tackle this this outpost. So I don't know if any of you, or how many of you know, but we've recently added the Viking unit to the roster that you can use in your army. So we've got, I'll show you here, we've got Viking archers, hunters, which are kind of a spear, javelin unit, and Viking lords, swordsmen and axemen. They're all pretty nifty little units. They give a bit more variety to your unit roster, and some of them pack quite a punch. They're more kind of, most of them are a bit of a hybrid unit. So you have the archers, for instance. They are a lot better than other bow units in melee, and same with the hunters, who are a javelin unit. Right, let's head over. So the outpost is a new game mode that we've got. It resets every week, and you basically, you go out, you send a fleet of Vikings to that outpost, and then you have a set of shipments that you need to gather in a week, and yeah, whoever wins it takes home most of the rewards, basically. So you buy yourself in with a small amount of gold, or if you want to win a lot and you're quite confident, you can go for 50, for instance, and then based on your position on the leaderboard, you will get a reward or not. I am Matty. I'm the community manager on Total War Battles Kingdom. Right, let's head over. So this is basically, it gives you a separate map where you can play the round game. So it's about organizing your resource management and your kind of economy as best as possible. So this is the island. I think it's called Walhay, if I remember correctly. And our objective is to gather as many shipments as possible of 150 food, 50 wood, and 5 crafting materials. So what we need to do is obviously take all of this forest and turn it into wood for us, build farms for food ideally, and we'll probably have to build some sheep farms to get crafting material. So what I thought was, I need to kind of have control over the land, over the terrain a bit more. So I'm going to, first off, I'm going to block off this source up here, this water source. So this is where the water comes from. So I'm going to build 2 dams. Well, actually, I will do that in a moment. But what I was looking at is, okay, what are the requirements? I've got 900 of all resources. I've got 30 gold as well, but I don't really want to use them just yet. Might use them to speed something up. But yeah, so I had a look at which kind of buildings I need and what resource I need for that. And for most of the resource buildings, you need silver as your main resource, which is kind of Not that ideal, because the best way of getting silver, or the easiest way of getting silver in the normal realm, is probably to do loads of missions and fight battles. You can't really do that here, so you have to rely on blacksmiths, and potentially on if you find silver with your quarry. But that's not incredibly likely, so we have to rely on blacksmiths at least to a certain extent. For that, we need to build houses to get the necessary workers, basically. So it's all a bit, you have to balance it out properly. But I want to be able to use all of this real estate here in the middle. So I'm going to start with building a dam here and there. So blocking this off. And then I'm going to create a new waterfall on this side. So I'm going to have to clear the forest and then lower the terrain. So then, if I do that, one after the other, the water will flow this way. So for now, I can just do what I want with this area. And hopefully, I could still change this in the future when I have more resources, when I started to actually get a proper economy, when I'm not relying on the starting resource that we got. But this water should just go from that tile to that one to that one, and then it will spread in these directions. So should be fine. The dams won't break because the water can go the other way, in theory. Right, so the next thing is the kind of buildings that I need to build. So we need to build a farm somewhere, and I'm probably going to build it somewhere here, because we on the outpost you have a set of masters, which are kind of, they're citizens that you can place in a building, and they give you extra bonuses basically to those buildings. So one of the masters that you can apply to a farm allows the farm to grow crops around it in its radius without having relying on water around it. So because the crops only grow on fertile land, so within two tiles of water. But you have the problem here with stuff turning into sand, and sand is not really helpful. So we'll have to change that a little bit. So I'm definitely, for the first farm, I'm going to make use of that master. And also over here, I'm going to place a quarry, because that looks like quite a good position to have for a quarry, because most of it is on one level and it's on medium terrain. The way that quarries work, put one here, you prospect and then they look for a deposit somewhere, so they're gonna select a random tile in this radius, and then you prospect there, and then you can dig down and see if you can find something. So what I'm going to do is build 2 more dams. Hopefully this will be drained in a moment. If I clear it, and then I can raise the land here. Yep. Raising land is okay, like easy to do because it's in terms of resource, because it only requires 10 food, so it's not gonna pinch in on our silver supplies. I'm gonna place a dam, which is gonna cost us 20 silver here and there. And now if I press prospect, it will be somewhere around here, not where the dams are, but in the other areas. And hopefully we will find, hopefully we'll find something nice. What we're also going to do is place the surveyor, which is one of the masters in there. So with that, we have an increased chance of finding better deposits. So not just stone deposits, but coal, which will give us crafting material, which we need, or silver or gold. So yeah. Oh god. Okay, well, I'll have to do that in the future. Just accidentally pressed remove. You missed the stream if you were looking for the Warhammer stream, and we're doing a bit of Kingdom now for probably another 15 minutes. But yeah, I'm afraid you have missed it. So what else we need is definitely a woodcutter somewhere where we have a lot of wood, a lot of forest, and we don't necessarily need the area just now. So I'm going to place this guy here. Now hopefully the range will kind of take in most of this. I'm going to put another master on that, because we have a chance of getting silver through felling trees with him. And then we'll start chopping down some forest tiles. Just checking your chat, but it's mainly Warhammer. I'm not really up to date with stuff, so can't really tell you. It's in terms of the tiles, like the hexagon tiles, that is a bit reminiscent of Civ. That is correct. It obviously works a bit different. Like the realm gameplay in this is kind of the representative of the classic campaign gameplay in a traditional Total War, and then you have the battles on the other side, which are kind of quick-fire, short real-time battles with between two armies. It's about 400 kind of entities on the map, but you have up to 9 units on each side, basically, or 10 if you get reinforcements. I think because the MooBot hasn't been set up differently for a while, and yeah, it's a good question though. The MooBot should link us. If you want to check out Kingdom, you could head to Facebook, and there are links there. So it's Facebook/Total War Battles, or alternatively, just look it up on the App Store. So or on Steam, just type in search Total War Battles Kingdom, or on the App Store for iPhones, or on the Android App Store. Same thing, the Google Play Store. So just check it out there. But yeah, it's free. You can check it out if you like, and it's completely cross-platform, so you can play it on Steam, either on Mac or on PC. But you can also play it on your phones or your tablets, and you can kind of mix it around, so you can take your progress from one to the other. Right. I'm going to block off the water here now as well, because I want, in the long run, I want this to dry out. So this is gonna, you can see it now, this is gonna go down. The water we got here, so it's gonna dry up because there's no new water coming in, neither from the sea nor from this source here. So in the long run, this is all going to be dried out, and I can change the terrain as I please in the future, which is, you know, what I intend to do eventually. Right. Let's put down another woodcutter here. Well, actually, do it here. And we need to find a good place for the farm. So a good indication for that, like a good way to check whether it's a good position, is by going into the terrain tab and then go to, you know, where you have the dams or lower and raised terrain, and it will give you this 5 by 5 hexagon, and that's the range of most buildings, including the farm. So when I put the farm down, it's going to try and sow crops on the same terrain level around it in this bigger hexagon, basically. So in the long run, I want all of these tiles to be on the same level, which ideally would be medium terrain. And then I'll put the master on it so that it doesn't have to rely on water. Right. Let's drain this. And we'll have to... We're gonna clear the forest rather than actually chopping it down, because it's going to take too long, and food is our main priority, and the forest will regrow anyway, so it's not too much of a problem for us right now. So if I clear those, we can raise them in time. So we put the farm here, get rid of the rest of the forest so it doesn't start growing back. And now we have a good starting position. Put the master there. So we will make the surrounding terrain fertile, and then we can just, they can plant the seeds around there. Right. Let's check out what we got here. So this is the prospecting site, the dig site, and we'll see what we got. We have to go deeper. So I'm going to clear this. It's going to take a while. Could use gold on it. Yeah. And I'm going to put a dam there because I don't want them to prospect in the same spot again. So there might be another deposit below this, but as long as these tiles, which are higher, are still around it, it's not going to be able to dig deeper. Sorry. It is a triggering experience at times, I suppose. Right, what do you... What? Trying to follow what you were talking about, but I think there's a list of compatible devices. I'm not going to go into that detail because I don't actually know it off the top of my head. Right, what we also need is... Ooh, that's good. Got some silver. What we also need is sheep farms. So put those there, and we need some houses. So already stretching a little bit thin in terms of silver reserves, so we have to be careful. Right. What else can we do? So this is what I meant before. That's what happened now with the river. So we don't actually have to worry about these dams or flooding the land over here. What's going to happen on this side is that the forest is going to grow because the wetlands are fertile ground, so they're going to propagate in this direction, which is good. We might want to raise, yes we do, because that only costs food and we have quite a lot of food left still. And doing that would mean more food from the farm. So, what could we do? We're gonna have to fill the dam, but this is taking quite a while, so that's something to check out a bit later, because I want to raise that tile as well, so we have the full yield basically. Yeah, that's for a little bit later. I would say we want to raise these 3 tiles. And for that, we need that to go up, and that one. So, food, yeah. I'm gonna fill those dams, and that's it. We've got sheep farm here, so I'm gonna buy some sheep. And once we're done with this, I'm going to start chopping down the forest around here so the sheep can go on their way. So they'll take some time to grow, so the herd will grow to 12 on each tile, and then they'll eat up the grass in the meantime. And then once they have you have a full herd, you can shear them for crafting material. So you get crafting material out of them, and based on what tier you've got, so you can upgrade the buildings when you have the right amount of resources, and then you get higher yield and stuff. But yeah, it's a bit in the future for us. Right now, what we definitely need is a blacksmith. And maybe a second one in the long run anyway. But we have to wait for these guys to provide us with some civilians, basically. They need to be filled, workers, before the blacksmith can start working. We can use our gold for this. I'm gonna try my best, because maybe we'll get a craftsman out of this. Otherwise we'll have to wait. Need 3 more, that's 12. I'm gonna wait. Right. All the copies. Muba is never happy. We will continue to ask. Right, maybe we'll get a stone deposit or something nicer. Maybe a silver deposit. Oh no. No, we don't. Okay. Right. I think that's pretty much what I can do for now. So I'm going to show you battles for those who don't know. Get rid of that, and over here. There you go. Wheat field is growing. Very good. So we can harvest this soon. Dogbit is on holiday still, so he should be in next week, I think. Right. Okay. Let's have a look at the other part of the game in the meantime, because that needs some time anyway. So this is my general realm. There's a lot more space there, obviously, but we wanted to have a look at the army. So the way that the battles work is you've got three rows, 3 tiles, files, sorry, and then you just set up your army like so. If we want to try out the Vikings, put those in. Viking Lords, pretty cool. They're very beastly melee unit. Viking Axemen are a bit of a glass cannon unit. And then we've got some hunters. They're fresh off the bat, so they don't have any experience yet. So I'm going to group them up with other units that don't really have that much experience, because otherwise the missions that I'm going to get are not going to be on the right tier. It kind of adjusts to your to the levels of your units and your experience, essentially. So I'm going to have to go small on this. Right. Less talking, more raiding. I'll give him a hug. Definitely. We could have a duel in a moment. Yep. Right. So these are based on a different army composition. So I did change mission so we can have like adequate enemies. So these guys won't really stand a chance, I don't think. Nah, should be fine. So that's an easy battle, right? So obviously I've got the advantage of simply having more people. Got different types of units. The javelin throwers don't have as good a range as longbow archers, for instance, and they're also not as good against units with shields. But otherwise, they're pretty decent. Yeah, so this was really easy. I mean, it's not done yet, but pretty much. Once they reform, we can taunt them. There we go. And now our Viking Lords are gonna make minced beef out of them. Gonna turn down the noise a bit. There we go. So that's a basic battle. You kind of have to do a lot of micromanaging when it comes to battles that are a bit more difficult. Let me just quickly turn the sound down a little bit. Or I could just take off my headphones. That also works. Yes, that's pretty much them. Are like, what are you waiting for, you cowards? And then they just, you know, run into their own death. This is the realm part, as mentioned before. So what you do here is you build different little towns, supported with all sorts of things. You build your barracks and archery ranges for your units and your stables and so on, and houses, obviously, blacksmiths and taverns and markets, all everything you need, and then you grade up as you go along, and yeah, and the rest is kind of resource management. So you, yep, okay, I know what tracking is. Go chop down wood, forests, trees. You harvest your crops for food, and you dig in the quarries for stone and so on. Let's see how our outpost is going. There we go. So we'll have to wait for this to turn into grass before we can put down another set of sheep. So have to wait. It's a bit of a waiting game, but it's in this case, because we can't really speed up anything, and it's quite small. So you can kind of dip in, dip out, but you have to be very strategic because at the start you only have a small contingent of resources to begin with. Right. I don't have a flag code with me. Send us a message on Facebook, I'd say, and say that you watch the stream, and then my colleague will sort you out. Total War Arena is we're still working on it. It's just not in a open test at the moment. You have to. Obviously, who doesn't? Right. Let's have a look. These fellas don't have enough experience yet, so we should play another battle. Maybe play one that is challenging this time. Yes. Ooh. Okay. That's gonna be interesting. What's my army composition? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that might work. Potentially. Might not work. We'll see. Let's have a look. Oh, what are my orders? So, apart from your units, all the units have skills that you can choose from, and you also have orders, which are kind of recharging abilities that you can put on different units during the battle. Swarm will take out an enemy unit that's not in combat for a certain amount of time. So you use it usually on enemy ranged units, so they can't fire on you. Shield wall makes your unit invulnerable, very helpful. And slay them all will up their attack and defense, so also quite good. I'm going to put that on the axemen because they are, yeah, they need that. But I think I'm alright with this. should be able to do it. When you duel, like if you play like rank play and dueling, then you can't choose who you play with. But if you want to duel someone on your friend list, just for fun, then you can. So you just have to add your friend and then friends, rather, and then go for that. Right. These guys. So I'm going to pit my lords against their lords because they're their strongest unit. That's not ideal. But it's okay. So the lords have done a pretty good job at taking out the pick lords. Ooh, they're really strong. Very good. Yeah, so this is actually looking quite hopeful. I'm gonna move these guys over if I can. No. Oh, that's annoying. Right, there we go. That is that sorted. Good. In this case, I can show you how to upgrade. Like, I mean, what you get in terms of skills and stuff. Hopefully. Should be over 24. Do we get 33? Do we have enough? Don't know if we have enough. We did do a small server update. I have a feeling this might prompt me to log in again. If that happens, yeah, we'll be out for a few, maybe like a minute or so. Yes, but any questions about it? Don't cry. Don't be cry. Oh, good. There we go. 24. That should send us over the edge, so to say. Yes. Right. So now we can upgrade and we can choose some skills. So, the Viking units have, unlike other normal units get 2 skills to choose from, but the Viking units get 3. So you can decide which ones you want to do. Feather Brotherhood is quite good if you combine this with multiple bow units, like all the units that use a longbow or a composite bow have this as one option, and it basically gives you a regen, like an instant regen. Gives you 2 archers, and later it gives you 3, I think, and then 2 archers to any other bow unit on your side. So if you have more of them, then that synergizes quite well, and you can kind of regenerate your ranged units quite well. So you have sustain. Then, because all of the Vikings are also formidable melee fighters, you get critical strike, which just ignores the armor. So if they end up in melee, then they're a bit more dangerous. And then their ranged attack skill is Flurry, which gives them an additional volley of arrows off the bat, so they can shoot 2 in quick succession. And then later, like if you upgrade this to tier 2, you get a second extra volley. so you can snipe out a unit really quickly at the start of the battle, for instance, which is quite good. And you can combine it with some of your orders, so you could put like a mark on one of the enemy units. It's the order called Scout, and that gives you a ranged attack bonus, or you you just fire. You just have multiple units firing on one. So that's quite helpful. So I'm going to go for that because I'm going for damage rather than sustain. If you feel at some point you don't want to do it, you can always reset it. Right, Viking Hunters. Again, they have like I said, they're good melee fighters, all of the Vikings. So you get one melee attack skill. In this case, Enrage, which will increase their attack. They're already at 40, which is quite good. The other one is Spear Wall, which is a defensive skill, so you can hit that before you charge, and then because they have spears, they're obviously very good against cavalry, so they're the hard counter for cavalry. Not quite as effective as spearmen, but very good, and they also have javelins, so they're kind of a hybrid. Spear Wall makes them invulnerable to charge damage, so they can charge in, do their charge damage, but not take charge damage from the other side, and then they have the bonus of being one of the hard counter to cavalry, so very, very powerful skill. Or if you use them as ranged units, you can use Wild Shot, which removes their range restrictions. So if you have javelins, they can't shoot as far as bows, but if you use Wild Shot, they have, for a certain amount of time, they have no restrictions, so they can shoot anywhere, which is a lot of people, especially in PvP, use it at the start of the battle, because then they can pick out some units and just fire. Right, I think I'm going to do that as well. And then we've got the Swordsman. They have Invictus, which is again invulnerability to melee damage and range damage. You need, usually it's kind of the equivalent of the shield wall order I showed you a moment ago. And then they have Battle Cry, which is a fear skill, so you can fear the opponent, and you can also remove with that any effects that are placed on that unit. So it's a bit of a counter to any order or skill that is on your opponent when you're in melee, which is quite good. Or you can have Savior, which is a support skill. When they're in the second row, they can jump into the front row and kind of relieve their allies. But as I said, I'm going to go for Invictus, so they can stay longer in a battle. Going for that. Viking Axemen. They have Enrage and Critical Strike, so up your attack or ignore the enemy's armor, or you can use Fear. They have the highest base attack in the game, so I'm feeling like just bumping up their attack a little bit more might be a bit of a waste, but Battle Cry would kind of take out the enemy without having to kill them, and they don't have as much defense, so that's quite helpful. So I think I'm going to go for that, and they can potentially take out the skill that is placed on their opponents. And then finally, Viking Lords. Again, they have Savior. They also have Battle Cry, but they get Rally, which is again another regen, instant regen, and it will get 8 soldiers back. And because they're really strong, this is a really strong choice. So with those guys, I'm going to go for the sustain option, because if they're getting diminished, then I just put them back up, and then yeah, they're back in the game. Right. Let's have a look. Not quite sure. Oh, don't know which game you think is dead, but my guess is it's not, because we're still working on all of the games that we've been working on over the last few months, so not dead. Right. Okay. Rainfire, which where are you? Which server cluster are you? So which region are you? Are you in the EU or in the States? Because I'm on the EU server, so that's the only way we can actually fight against each other. So let me know, and then let me know your in-game name, and then I'll make some room on my friend list, and then we can have a little duel. Also, let me know what your what kind of tier your army is. So if you have just tier 1 units or tier 3, tier 2, so I can adjust a little bit so it's a fair battle. I haven't played Charlemagne very much, so I can't really answer that question. But I could ask Nico. Nico, what's your feeling about the Charlemagne measurement system?
Huh?
What is your feeling about the Charlemagne measurement system?
Best.
It's the best. So Nico says the best. Are you going home?
Who's there? Yes.
Are you not coming out?
No.
Not feeling well?
No.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough. I'll see you next week then.
Yes.
Okay.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too. Bye-bye.
See you at the party.
That was Nico. I don't know if you know Nico. You probably do. US, it's not going to be easy to, like, you'd have to, no, you can't switch to a UK server. Because it will check your region. That's not going to work. Bummer. But I talked to our server engineer, and he said to me I should he can copy my realm onto the other servers, so I've got like duplicates. So in the future when we do streams, I should be able to just switch accounts and then go on another server. So we'll make sure that next time we've got that sorted. Right, let's have a look at the outpost. Boom, boom, boom. Still trying to clear that dig site. Ooh, but this looks better. So soon I can harvest this. And then these tiles will all turn into, what is it? Wheat fields as well. So that will hopefully sort me out in terms of the food. Now I just need to figure out a solution to my, oh no, actually, don't need a solution. I don't only need food and wood and crafting materials, so we should build a farm somewhere else. I'm gonna build it there, I think. Although that is quite close to... Nah, it should be well. Should I build it there? What do you think? There? No, I should put it here. Yes, I can. Yes, actually, that's good. We can put four sets of sheep down. That will do. No, you need to, it's based on your account. So whenever you created your account, it will then have put you on the NA server. So if you created it while you were in the US, then it will still be there. But yeah, like I said, we'll sort out a solution for the next stream so we can play across all servers. We're gonna have a bit of a we will have a bit of a delay, but that should be fine. Gives you a bit of an advantage. That's not the worst thing that could happen. Oh yeah, another thing that we can do to get some crafting materials is track. So how long is it going to take? 8 minutes. Well, in order to show you how it works, I'm going to actually, yeah, I know. So basically, you're trying to figure out where in your forests there's some game to hunt. So that could be bears or wolves or boars. Boars would give you honor, which you can't really use in this part of the game. In the normal realm, it will give you experience points, so you would level up your lord level. But here it wouldn't be helpful. But if you find wolves, they will give you gold, and if you find bears, you'll get crafting material, which we need. So we're going to check this this tile here, and then once we're done, oh, it says 2 tiles away from this, so anywhere in a 2 tile radius we will have that prey somewhere. So what we can do now is check another tile that is close enough, and it's 2 tiles away from this, and then we have a second point, and then we can start triangulating where it could be. So it's kind of like Minecraft, not Minecraft, sorry, Minesweeper, but the other way around, if that makes sense. If you ever, if you're old enough to know Minesweeper, then I hope you get what I'm getting at. So for the sake of showing you what I mean, I'm going to use another gold. So it's 4 away from here and 2 away from there. So it would be somewhere around here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, that area, right? So I'm going to pick this one, and hopefully, no, it's another 2 away. So now we have 2 away from this, 2 away from that, and 4 away from there. So it would be here on this one, and for that I need a different, a second woodcutter or another sheep farm. Yes, let's do that. We need more sheep anyway. It's almost like, as with more horses, more resources, as Joey likes to say. So buy some more sheep, and then that'll be it. Your mobile is so old it's a flip phone. That just reminds me of home. Like a lot of people, people I know from back home, from Germany, have tiny. No! What is this? What is this nonsense? 2 away from there. 1 away from there. I'm clearly not very good at. There's got to be 1, but where would that be? Oh no, it's not. It can't be there. It can't be there. No, it can be. It can be there. It's that one. There we go. Boars. Ugh. Oh well. Yes, on PC. Or if you have a tablet, also works on tablets. But I don't know, if you don't have a smartphone, then you're probably not that super interested in tablets either, I imagine. But yeah, works on PC. Like I'm playing it on PC right now. Basically, pretty much looks the same on everything. Looks quite nice on helmet wearing friend. Yeah, well, sort of, not really. There's also a bird. I don't know where that's here. It's an amalgamation of things. I don't know what they thought when they did this, but yeah, it looks quite. No, I'm not going to show you the. No, I'm not going to show you the corner because it looks messy. Right. Not much to do for now, other than cutting down more trees to make room for activities. So much room for activities. Right, 3 minutes to go. Okay, hopefully this time around I will get a bit further with my outpost. Seriously, check it out if you haven't already. It's a pretty deep game, really. There's a lot to it that you might not expect on the first glance. This game is Total War Battles Kingdom. It's kind of our take on transporting the formula of Total War, so a campaign map and real-time battles, onto a mobile platform. So instead of a campaign map, you have a realm like this, where you do loads of resource management and you build your own little towns. You can terraform all of it. It's all a sandbox simulation that reacts to what you do. So if you block off water, it will go somewhere else, or break your dams, stuff will dry up, and so on. You have seasons change and everything. So there's a lot to it and a lot to explore. And then you have the battles, which are they can get quite exciting. They're really fast, but there's a lot of micromanagement going on, and they can be really fun. So definitely check it out if you haven't already. So on phone and tablet, it's on Apple devices and on Android devices, and then if you don't want to use those platforms, then you can always get it on Steam via PC or Apple Mac. Right, that's it for today. That's it for the week. I believe there will be more streams, more warmer streams next week, but I don't know what exactly the schedule is. So keep an eye on our social media channels for any news. Keep an eye on it over the weekend. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some more info about the Beastmen. Obviously, if you haven't already, but you like the look of this, check out our social media channels as well. Facebook / Total War Battles. Same on Twitter. Same on Instagram. We put out new content and kind of freebies, and we do competitions and stuff all the time. So if you want to stay up to date with this game, definitely take a gander and say hi. Hopefully you liked it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for everyone who stayed. My name is Matty. I mean, my name is Matthias, but Matty is my handle, basically. And yeah, Christos, who's also in chat, is our social media manager. So it's usually, if you have any questions about Kingdom and on our social media channels, it's either Christos who's there, or if you're on the forums or anything, then it would be me. So yeah, get involved. Check out the game. Maybe we'll see each other on the battlefield someday. I've been here for a long time, but you know, we're busy with stuff, creating videos and all of that. But yeah, hopefully see you next time. Take it easy, and yeah, have a lovely weekend. I hope you got nice weather. We've just been hit with the rain after this wonderful heat wave that so many people have complained about. Silly people. It was glorious. But yeah. Right. Take it easy, guys.